Welcome to Cobertizo. This is a fan fiction book that I had originally written for my little sibling, and it actually turned into a really good story. So I'm going to share it with all of you. This is Cobertizo, Chapter 1, Bruno's Bad Rap. Bruno ran through the darkness, stumbling and out of breath. His lucky instincts helped him to avoid trees and attacks from the dark forces that chased him. He had no idea when he turned suddenly that he barely missed the head of an arrow that whizzed by his head. He heard a crash nearby, and a sword was drawn. Metal flashed, cloth ripped, and a green poncho fell to the ground. A hand grasped the material, grinning at the hourglass designs. This will be useful. Very useful. They pulled the poncho about them and laughed. Run, run, Bruno Madrigal. You'll bring your family to their end, no matter what you do. It's only a matter of time. 1 week earlier. My garden is going to be overrun by gophers? No! A woman broke down and began pulling out all of her vegetables in a panic. Bruno inhaled sharply. He didn't mean to cause problems. He just wanted to warn them. He stumbled down the street, pulling his hood over his head. Mirabelle, who was playing with the kids of the town and keeping them out of trouble, noticed her uncle under his hood, who ducked into the shadows between the houses. Oh no, not again. Not what again? A little girl asked. Come on, Dennis, what's happening? Is the magic fading again? The entire town froze. Every man, woman, and child was now listening in on this conversation. Meanwhile, Bruno was slinking away, unseen by all except Mirabelle. What? No, the magic is fine. You need to stop drinking coffee. She took the cup from the boy, who looked like he hadn't slept in months. It's okay, everyone. The magic is fine. Right, Dolores? She called. Her cousin appeared from the market with a basket of fruit and eyes wide. No, she's right. I haven't heard any cracks since the fall. We're good. See, no problems in Encanto. The magic is strong, the family's happy, and I gotta go. She pushed through the crowd and chased after her uncle quickly, becoming lost in the maze of the streets. She huffed. Ugh, he could be anywhere by now. He must have told another prophecy, she said softly. She knew her uncle was trying hard to help others. It took him a while to have any prophecy again, but the family tried to encourage him anyways. Or at least Mirabelle was. Nobody else wanted anything to do with the future. It was always too dark and grim and made everyone miserable. Already the woman he'd talked to was bawling and trying to sell all of her vegetables in the markets before they were eaten by the foretold gophers or went bad. What can I do? I've had a garden my whole life. What will I do without my garden? Try knitting? Mirabelle shrugged sheepishly and quickly ran down the street towards the river where Bruno could be seen sometimes underneath the bridge. He wasn't there, though. Sometimes he sat with the sheep and hid in the flocks, but he wasn't there either. Hey, Louisa! She called her sister, who was doing her daily chores that had definitely eased up since the fall. Oh, hey, what's up? She picked up a stubborn horse and put it in the corral. Have you seen Tio Bruno? No. Did you check the bridge? Yeah, the sheep flocks and forest, too. Is he brooding again because he told a prophecy? Moping, more like. Mirabelle sucked in her cheek. He told a woman that her garden would be destroyed or something. Ooh. Louisa inhaled sharply. I don't know. He'll get over it. He's been doing better since the fall. I know, but if this keeps up, he'll be right back to where he was. Her eyes widened. Right where he was! Thanks, Louisa! You're welcome? Louisa shrugged and dug out a pond, branching out from the river so Isabella could plant some lily pads for Antonio's frogs. There were a lot of mosquitoes this summer, but even though they were told about it from Bruno, everyone still complained. Tio Bruno? Mirabelle pulled the door open to his tower that now had a nice wooden elevator to the top, a wonderful improvement Casita had made since Bruno returned from the fall. But the vault was empty. Sand was still swirling and settling, as was a green dust that was barely still visible and fading. Bruno must have been here within the last few minutes. Where did he go? Casita clattered from the elevator, and she rode it down back out to the hallway. The tiles went across the landing and stopped. Mirabel sighed. Of course! Between the walls of the house she went, finally finding Bruno staring at a green slab in his hand in the corner chair. She approached cautiously. Tio Bruno? I didn't do it! He jumped, dropping the prophecy with a shatter on the floor. It's just me. Why are you hiding back here? I don't know, just miss it. The homey feel, he said, and looked around at the dark, rotting wood. What's this? You don't need to look at that. It's nothing. It's done. He scooped up the pieces of the prophecy he'd been looking at and dumped them in his pocket. He knew, though, that once a prophecy was fulfilled, it dissipated into sand again. Oh, come on. I know it's hard to tell people bad news, but don't make it harder than it is by shutting yourself away. We all love you, Tio Bruno. I know. I just... Listen, I really just need to think. Please, just leave me. Mirabel was hurt. She knew her Tio was adjusting and needed space sometimes, but she didn't want him slipping back into old habits. I'll go, but just remember that when you gave me a bad prophecy last time, I didn't push you away. You're family. You'll always be family. Yeah. Bruno nodded softly. I know, he whispered and gave a tight-lipped smile. He watched Mirabel leave with many a glance over her shoulder before disappearing into the shadows. He let out a deep sigh. This new prophecy put dread in Bruno's heart. Don't look at me like that. I'm okay being alone, he said to one of the rats who tilted its head and squeaked. I didn't want her to leave. She's the only one who believes in me, but... He took out the shards and looked at them again. A lump was stuck in his throat that he had a hard time swallowing. A prophecy, yes, but this one was different than all the others he'd ever had. He'd never had a prophecy about himself before. And that's the end of chapter 1. If you're listening, thank you for doing so. I'm going to be uploading chapter 2 pretty soon here. And comment, follow, have a good day, and God bless.